Welcome to the Weird Girls Club with Niamh
and Amy,
Now grab a cuppa
or something stronger,
and let's get into it.
We're back for another episode of the Weird Girls Club, and we have
Trent Aruno.
Trent is here. He's sniffing around.
He's like,
So
a new place, new place.
if you see me like looking around, it's because I'm trying to keep an eye on him because he smells all the smells.
Yeah, I think he can smell Fletcher as well. So he's like,
Yeah,
my territory now.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're back for another episode. We didn't have an episode last week.
No, well we did, but there was an audio issue. So again.
So we've just gotten a new mic.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's all we're going to say about that.
Because it's frustrating.
Yep.
Frustrating as hell. I might move this up here.
Frustrating as hell. What's that?
That was really good.
Oh,
It's good as hell.
It's good as hell.
Feeling good as hell.
Feeling
Oh.
good as hell.
But yeah, so new day, new week, new. I don't know what we're talking about today, do you?
Having a fucking ocean.
Well, so we obviously had like recorded 2 episodes previously, and then none of them could come out because of a lovely technical issue. Well, do you want to tell them your news now? That's like about 2 weeks, 2 weeks old.
Yeah,
but they
it's
still
2
don't
weeks
know.
old now, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
I adopted Trent. So he's officially a part of the Alfred Ryan household.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we adopted him.
I'm now no longer a 3rd wheel. I'm a 4th wheel.
Well, technically, you're still a 5th wheel, because Fletcher.
That doesn't count. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so we adopted him, and it's pretty much finalized, I think. Yeah. So we're very excited.
So cute.
He is the sweetest little boy.
He's such a. You should put in a little pic if you haven't seen him. You've
I will
probably
put
seen
in a
him
pic.
the
I will
old
insert a
vlog
pic
and
here.
Insert pic now.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just a little sweet, gentle giant, aren't you? Yeah, he knows what we're talking about.
Like,
he has his
give
head
me
on me lap.
attention.
But he's like, "What are we doing? This is
What
my
is
nap
this?"
time.
I need sleep.
I need sleep."
No,
But
it's too cute. So
but
that
yeah,
was Eva's exciting news
that was
that
my
we told
exciting.
it in the last podcast. But he's in
Yeah.
here. Well,
Yeah.
and else, what have you been doing this week? How's your week?
I'm just trying to finalize the little bits for him from the fostering thing.
Yeah. It's like having a child, isn't it?
No, like literally, it's like having a child. It is like having a child. Children are probably. I want to say children are probably easier, but I wouldn't know. So.
No.
What?
It's like constantly having a toddler because they can't tell you what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Constantly in the terrible twos. Well, no. He just sleeps as well.
He's so chilled though. Except when he's out on the lid, like.
And he's like,
Squirrels.
what? Oh, it's the dog you have up, isn't it? That's like, squirrel. He's like that.
Yeah.
He loves a good squirrel.
Like squirrels
He
are
loves
his nemesis. He's like goes batshit crazy when he sees a squirrel. He's a good
that.
boy.
So cute.
Trying to go
But
by.
yeah,
He's trying to go by. Yeah.
I'm real sad because it's not nice out today.
Well, it's not the worst out. The sun is out now. What the sun wasn't out earlier.
I thought in class that is the sun out. It's a bit chilly and the windows
It's
just open.
anything's better than yesterday.
Oh well, yeah, oh my god,
It was snowing.
lashing
It was
and
snowing.
and everything yesterday, and it's like it's May, the end of May. The last like week and a bit has been like a scorcher, and I was like, oh my god, summer's here, it's beautiful, it's amazing, let's go to the beach. And then it's like been rotten the last like 3 days.
Yeah, pretty much. Now my aircon's not working in my apartment
So
building,
needs to light it.
so I was delighted. But
Oh yeah.
but yeah.
It's grey out today, but oh my god, did I I told you, but I didn't tell obviously the podcast, but I tell them about when I didn't get lost, but I ended up like 20 so
Oh yeah, tell them, yeah.
so I still have to go into the office like every second week. Oh shit, I'm banging off the mic. Every like second week or whatever, and I was coming home and I was playing Candy Crush on my phone, bet into it. I was like was losing. I think I like got through about 20 levels or something. I was like peaked at life. But I was listening to a podcast as well, and I was listening to it mad loud. So next of all, I was just sitting there just chilling, and I just looked up and I saw like the sign, and it was like Woodbine, and I was like, what the fuck? And I jumped off. Woodbine is 9 stops from where I needed to go off. I had like travelled like an extra half an hour on my journey. Got up,
Sorry, I'm literally
Trent's,
watching
just
him like an
sniffing. He's just
absolute
sniffing.
hawk.
But I'd gone like 9 stops, like a half an hour over, got off, go over the upside, totally fine. I was like, seriously, what the fuck? I get on, I go one stop, and they stop, and they're like, oh, we'll be stuck here for a few minutes, like there's delays, blah blah blah. Literally a minute later, we move on to the next stop. We get to the next stop, and it's like, this train is no longer going any further. There's an unauthorized person on the tracks at such and such.
Why would
stop.
you be authorized on the
And I was
tracks
like,
anyway?
Well, I mean, if there's a staff member needing to clean it or get off, but like,
True, yeah.
there was a crazy person who was like, I'm not waiting on the next subway, I'm gonna walk. But so I had to go
You
off.
don't know how long you would have been waiting. Do you know what I mean?
Waiting on what?
The next subway for it to come back up, like, so you kind of had to walk.
Well, yeah, because it was like completely shut down, and I think they were getting shuttle buses, but like it would have took about 20 minutes for a shuttle bus. So I then just had to walk like 40 minutes home, and it was one of the days where it was like 30 degrees. It was scorching. I was like, no.
Oh yeah,
But
it was one of those days it was sweating.
Yeah.
Sorry, he has me nerves gone. I just don't want him going to the toilet on it.
He's like licking the floor. But yeah, that was literally about as exciting as last week. I was just like, only fucking me.
I don't know how you done it. I would have been like, just shrivel me up now.
I was like,
But 9 stops, Amy.
Like hit like right, yeah, you missed 1, maybe 2 stops. How do you go an extra like half an hour? Like
Someone's a big Candy Crush fan over here.
I'm trying to get to level 1000.
What level are you on now?
Like 920 or something.
Oh Jesus.
I only play it when I'm on the subway because there's nothing else to do because there's no coverage at all. So I'm like,
Yeah, like they need to sort that with the subway.
I know,
Like,
it's so
come on, like
fucking
24th century.
21st century girl. But yeah, I was betting to it, and I was like, I just don't get how I was like sitting there for like what, like that doubled me journey. Like on the subway, I'm like in the middle, like where I got off, because where I live is like in the middle of the line, and where I walk is like the second stop to the end. And then where I was, there was only 3 stops left the other end. I nearly done the whole line of the subway, and I was just like, yeah. Trent's having a good sniff around.
Him there, yeah, because that's where Fletcher's bed usually is, so he's trying to mark everything. Trent, get away from that plant. He's nearly eating the leaf off it. You might just see a tail.
Why? He won't sit
Why
down.
are you so
He's
obsessed
like, where
with
are
me?
we?
Boy, yeah. He's just whacking his head off the chair.
I wanna know.
Lying that you're
I don't know.
sexting me. And everybody knows.
I'm trying to think if we have anything else anymore. Oh, we're both vaccinated. Vaccine gang.
Yep, first vaccination done and dusted. Trent.
And I think we have our second one in September, isn't it?
September, but I think that Aaron was saying to me that he was reading something, and they're going to try push the second one out quicker when you get to the same
I saw that
percentage.
as well, but I don't know if you have to ring up and book.
It doesn't bother me waiting until September. It literally makes no difference whatsoever.
Me either. But I think patios are opening up on the 12th of June.
Are they?
I think so. Apparently, and then they're gonna like open something else every week if cases stay down.
Ooh.
But we all know how this goes. But hopefully, I think
Fingers crossed.
international travel has gone back in Ireland like next week or something.
Think so, yeah.
But they still can't get in here.
Is the quarantine in Canada still happening? Okay.
That's the thing. I don't know if whenever, like, majority of the people who are like want to be vaccinated are vaccinated with their 2 doses. Is it going to be a thing that if you have that, you don't have to quarantine? I don't know.
I don't know, because you can still spread COVID.
Yeah, but maybe a negative test and you have your vaccine.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what
So
way
I
they're
think
going to
they're
work
doing
it, because
that
every
now.
country's going to do it differently. Like,
That's the thing. But like, I mean, what the borders have been closed here for like over a year, so no one should have realistically no travel should have been happening here, like unless you were a resident.
yeah.
That's all that was allowed. Hopefully soon we can go on a holiday or something and even visit us.
Amy's just dying to go to Niagara.
I don't want to go to Niagara. I've already been there. I want to go to Montreal.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to go to Montreal, and like, obviously because of COVID was cancelled.
Yeah. I want to go to Montreal. I want to go to Vancouver.
Do you
Calgary,
think if travel's up by if travel's back open here from at Christmas, do you think you'll go home for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll definitely go home.
Yeah. I stayed here last year, so that's one and done.
So you'll never stay in Canada
No,
again?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like was nothing special. Like
The same everywhere.
I think it was because like the same things aren't open. Like usually, obviously Michelle's here, so I had got some sort of family here. I had some family here. That was a real word saying. But
some
like,
sort of family.
Like I had family here, so I was like really lucky in that sense. But like even their typical Christmas, like it was still different because they usually don't cook. They usually go to like a hotel or was it?
Oh
like,
really?
Yeah, like they'd go out for dinner. Yeah, because like everything's still open here, so you can do that.
Is it?
Yeah, everything's still open.
I
Like
didn't
all
know
the
that.
restaurants and stuff now, like the likes of Zara and all aren't open, but all like restaurants and stuff are, yeah.
We have a visitor.
Fletch. Trent wants an appearance. This is the spot here.
This is the right. Yeah, you're right.
You're
He thinks he's a lapdog sometimes,
he's
and
like,
you're far from a lapdog. But this is Trent. You've probably seen him in the vlogs and stuff as well.
But yeah, so I'm like if we can go home, yeah, and go home at Christmas. Well, I'm saying that, but I also have like PR application in August, so I mean, I depending on that whether I can.
Yeah,
actually
you probably
travel out
yeah.
that.
Because I think isn't it? Mad
Trent.
Goodbye. He's just like,
Will he sit
out.
there if we put his blanket there?
I don't think he will. He's like, why am I here?
Yeah, he's like, what is this?
He's
When
never
are-
been up in Amy's before, so
No.
this is a first. So he's kind of like, what is
And
this?
do you know what I'm just thinking, right? Because obviously Niamh was fostering him before, and he was in like one foster house previously. Every time he goes to a new house, he's left there.
Oh, stop! Don't tell me that. You're not being left. I'm still here.
So I think that's why.
I signed the dotted line.
Yo, man.
Yo,
You
man.
ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But that was just, I'm literally just after having that thought. Like,
That's
when
probably
he
why he's
visits a new-
doing this.
Yeah. Like when he visits it, obviously, like he went to the person who was fostering before he went to their house, and then he came to your house, and now he's here, but you're here. So he's just like, what is this? But it's also still different because he's met me like a lot of times.
I know.
I need to tell you something. Mom, I need to tell you something. Mom,
What's the secret?
Mom,
What's the secret?
can I pet that dog?
I'm a happy dog, and I'm a happy. The way he was doing it, watch, and a happy dog. I'm a happy.
Oh wait, no, I should record it, and you can like try singing.
Hurry up, because every time I try record him, no, wait, goodbye. Ready? Ready?
Go.
I'm a happy dog. I'm a happy. Happy dog. It's because if you could see the bottom half of him, because his tail, his arse is going like this. I'm a happy dog.
Right.
Oh, so good. I could do that all day. I'm a happy dog.
But,
Can I pet that dog?
oh yeah, because now actually I'm just thinking,
Goodbye. I know you're
like
tired.
at Christmas, you like have him, so your family needs to now get their asses over here for Christmas.
I know. I said to me dad, my dad's dying to come over.
Yeah.
Like, my dad's always been dying to come over. He's like, oh, I bet you if I come over, I'll be on the sofa with Trent, will I? I was
book
like-
into a hotel. I'm joking. Like, what do you think this is, a halfway house?
Yeah, it's halfway house. No, I was like,
Do you know
no.
what the good thing is actually? Doesn't your building have like guest suites? You could see how much it is to just stay there, and then they're in the same building.
Could, but I don't mind, like, if they come over, or any of my family come over, they can just stay, like, because me and
Yeah.
Aaron will just do what we did when his family
No,
come
but
over.
I'm
Like,
saying if a load of like people could, like, say like your ma, your dad, your sisters, and then like
I mean,
Aaron's brother decides to come over at the same time, like, and there's a load of people then. You
Well,
just
then-
have a row of beds all in your sitting room.
it'll be first come, first served basis. Oh shit. Obviously, me ma and dad will get
Let
the
me
bed.
get my 2 cents in, y'all.
Trent, please don't mess with the mic. What's that?
Do you not know we have issues?
Yeah.
Issues?
Yeah, they're like playing works both ways, Hans. We want to
Yeah.
start booking his tickets to come over.
I know.
Because if we're like in PR, like there would be a period where we can't.
We can't travel, yeah.
So
And that could be a really long period. Yeah.
could be waiting about 6 months, 7 months, 8 months.
I know. And that's what I'm saying, like, and it's only going in like in the next month or two, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Because in August it's expired. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But he's like, I'm a happy
happy dog.
and I'm a happy dog. No, he's not.
He's like, no.
He's like, do you
no."
mind? Do you mind? But
where, like, when everything opens up, where's the first place you want to go to? Or even like somewhere you're like, get me there now. Like,
I would love to visit home because I do miss home. I haven't been, like, you were at home last August. I haven't been home since September 2019.
Jesus.
So
Jesus, Trent. But apart from home,
I would love to go to. I think I'd go anywhere at this stage.
like somewhere new or somewhere you've been, because I know you've
Somewhere
been
new.
talking about Orlando and stuff.
Somewhere new. I'd love to go to Vegas.
Same.
I'd love to go to Vegas.
Yeah, me too.
Freedom.
I'd love to go to Vegas.
I'd love to go to Vegas. Someone's doing it. Oh, Katy Perry's doing a residency in Vegas.
Oh my god, that would be deadly.
Yeah,
That would actually be really
that'd be really good.
Oh, I was looking I was looking at Billie Eilish's tour dates now. They're all sold out now. But I looked because she's gone next year, and I think the day of my birthday, she was somewhere that we wanted
24th
to go.
of March.
Yeah, she was somewhere that we wanted to go, and now I can't think where it was. I don't know if it was like Paris, or maybe it could have been somewhere in America, like New York, or even somewhere like that.
We have to go to Paris together though.
I can't think what it is. I'm not even.
What we need to do is we need to go home on a visit, me and you.
Yeah, and then
everyone
and go on a holiday.
And then go to Paris and go to Disneyland and all.
Paris
even if it was just like
holds the key to your heart.
If you know the film, comment down below.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Excuse you. Yeah, Paris.
He's fully on it.
Paris.
fully on
He's settling now because he's just like, right, okay. He's having a little sit down.
He's getting used to the smells as well. He's like, right, so these smells are staying here. Plonk.
Fletcher does that exact same thing. She does about 100 twirls and then sits. I mean, that was a bit itchy. It's like, gotta find that sweet spot.
He's like, he's doing the bleeding waltzers. Or just don't even look at him now because
but you know what I was thinking, like, even if like restrictions is a bit but we can't, like, say, fly home without doing like a whole load of bleeding
COVID, yeah.
I really want to go to Montreal.
Yeah.
Really want to go because we can get like a train up and it only takes like a couple of hours. And it's almost
yeah,
like
but Aaron wants to go to Montreal as well, so I'm Riley fecked.
Aaron, like, we have to vlog. You can come and hold the camera.
Yeah, but what's Trent gonna do?
We're going on it. We can go on the train. Trent can go on the train. Can he? Can dogs go on trains?
Yeah, then you have to find a hotel that allows dogs.
Hotel for dogs? Oh my god, yeah.
You can stay in Amy's room with her. He can stay in your room with you.
Yeah, you can. Well, that's what happens when you get a dog. So Aaron has to stay home, mind it, and go next time.
I'll let you have that conversation with Aaron. Aaron doesn't, like, I've travelled on my own before. When I was here, I went home. So I've taken a photo of him. You know, monumental
I
moment.
just realised I haven't been on a holiday with anyone in like years.
Well, I'm the next
Since
person you're
before
going with.
I came here, every other time I've travelled, I've been on my own. Came here on my own, back home on my own, back and forth. Like, I've been home, twice? And like,
I've been
that
home
was all
twice,
travelling
yeah.
on my own.
I did one on my own.
Solo girl.
Fair play to you.
Yeah.
Because the first time when you're travelling on your own is very fucking intense. Like,
Well, the first time I travelled on my own, I was about 11.
where were you?
I was flying home from Turkey.
Why were you coming home on your own?
I'll tell you a story. So my auntie used to have an apartment in Turkey, and we used to go over every summer room.
Right.
And like for like a month, 2 months, 6 weeks, whatever. But we went later in the year, so I needed to start school in September.
Right.
So my cousin was flying home because he was starting like a college course, and he was like 18 or something at the time, 17 or something. So we were flying home together, and we got the airport was like 2 hours away from our apartment because you used to have to kind of go to another city
Yeah.
to fly. They didn't have another one there. So we were on the journey, we were going there, and there was he made friends with like 2 young fellas, and like their ma was with them as well. So they were on the same flight home as us. So we all got to the airport, we got in, we were checking in, and we handed in our passports, and your man opens it and he goes, "That's not you." He goes to my cousin, and he was like, "What?" And he looks at it, it was his dad's passport. My auntie had like made us like sandwiches and stuff, you know, like for the plane, and even on the car journey, because it's obviously like it's such a long day, the flight's like 7 hours, whatever, and she'd thrown the passports into that bag as well, so we never even looked at them. Like, I was like 11, if even.
Yeah, that's not even on your radar.
Yeah,
like.
I'm like, what? We need what? So he's like, what? And we were like, I was like, what the fuck? So he like he checked me and opened his and was like, "That's not you," and I was like, what the hell? So Sean starts ringing his van. He's like, I had the wrong passport, blah blah blah. And like at this point, the bus driver was like 20 minutes away. Bye, driver. 20 minutes away from the airport. Like, it was a private little bus. So he's like, oh, I can come back for you. But we're like, it's gonna take 2 hours to get to the apartment, 2 hours to get here. And they were trying to ring and see was there another private bus that they could hire, like, to just bring the passport out, or even Samantha come out, like my auntie come out and go back with it, like go back on her own. And it just wouldn't have worked out with time and when the flight was. So he left, and the driver came back from. He left. He goes, I'll see, can we make it? And I was just there in the airport, like, okay.
No one worry about Amy having to travel on her own.
I said he had made 2 friends with, like, the 2 young fellas and his ma. So I said with them in the airport. But like when we were sitting on the plane, like I was at the very top of the plane, they were down the very end, so I was on the flight all on my own. Like I didn't know these people either.
Yeah, and you're like socially kind of awkward anyway.
Yeah, and at that age even more.
Yeah, like you don't know what to say. What you going like? Yeah.
But I got onto the plane. I fell asleep, woke up, and we had landed in Dublin. So it was honestly the easiest.
That was all right.
I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, "Oh, we landed."
Oh my god.
But when we got into the airport, so Sean's uncle was collecting us and dropping us off to my house, but it was his uncle on his dad's side, so like we weren't related, but I did know him. But I didn't know if he knew I was there on my own, because I like the time difference and the hour the night of flight. I was like, I don't know if anyone knows that even I'm flying on my own.
I feel so bad for you.
So I got off the plane and I was like, oh my god, Amy, please remember what he looks like. You know what he looks like. He's really tall. He has a shaved head. And that's all. I was like, please recognize him, right? So we were there, and we'd no numbers for anyone. I think my phone had gone dead or something like that, so we'd nobody's number. So the one was like, oh, can you see him anywhere? Like, we had got our bags, and I was like, no, I don't see him. She's like, look, worst comes to worst, you come back to my house, charge your phone, we ring your ma or something like that, right?
That's like, so nice. I was like, though.
Okay. But then she was like, oh, do you know what, we'll go over to the help desk and see, can they like put an announcement? So he's done an announcement, and they're like, oh, can such and such please come to the desk? So he comes up, and I was like, hi. And he goes, I'm literally just off the phone to Samantha and found out you were here on your own. Are you okay?
Oh. My god. Fair play to him for collecting you though.
So we were probably already on the way to the airport by the time like they got in contact, whatever. But I got home, my mom was like, oh my god, are you okay? Like my mom's so dramatic, and it'd be like, what the fuck? But yeah, I was probably younger than 11 actually, because it was before Michelle even moved to Canada. So it was like well over like 10 years ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
that is mad.
10, 11.
Fair play to you.
Yeah.
I only went for the first time like 2019 on my own.
Stop it.
Aaron dropped me to the airport. I was only going home for like 3 days. Aaron dropped me to the airport, and like I really didn't want to go on my own. Like I really did not want to go on my own. Like dreading it. And you know what like Toronto airport is like it's just so busy and it's just so overwhelming. Like, and I remember Aaron dropped me to the gate, and like I could see he was trying not to get emotional because he knew how like nervous I was, and I think he knew he'd miss me as well, because we'd never and he just obviously spent so much time just the two of us. So I was grand though. Like it's just it is draining because you constantly have to be alert, and like you have no one to kind of be like, oh, I think it's this way, like or even like, oh, you put your passport down, or oh, this, like it's just you and your soul. Oh, here's a good story though. When I was traveling home, I was like, there's like a little, you know, in Toronto airport where there's like little bars, they're like restaurant bars, and you just sit, and it's like, and you have all the plug-ins and all the gates and stuff, and like all in front of them is like tablets and stuff. I was just sitting on one of them, and I said, fuck this, I'm getting a drink, like I'm true security. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. And you can like sit and all stuff, the little tables. I do that every time. Get myself a cocktail, bit of food, sit there. So I said, right, fuck this now, I'm true security every time. Just have to go to the gate now. So you know the way it's like in the middle, and then you can separate through all the lanes if you're going to go to the gate. So I sat there, and another girl sat beside me. She had a big huge suitcase. She sat beside me. She only about her age. And I'm going through the menu, right, and I think I ordered a drink, and they were like, do you want like a jumbo? I was like, yeah. Like my beer must have been about this size, like, and I was like, happy days, because I felt like I could relax. So I was sitting there, and I was on my phone and all, and I was just texting her, and like, I'm here, like, blah blah blah, and then whatever. and he's out cold. And she sat beside me and she was like, I can't remember how we got talking, but she was like, are you first time traveling on your own? I was like, yeah, like, it's my first time and all, blah blah blah. And she was Canadian, and we were talking. It turns out, actually, I don't know if I should. Nah, it doesn't matter.
Well, don't say our name.
No,
but like
we have each other on Facebook.
Oh,
Like, we literally have each other on Facebook. Like,
oh, that's cute.
she was traveling too. She had a friend who lived in, I want to say, Jamaica. If I go onto our Facebook, I'll be able to like see. But she was traveling to Jamaica. She always goes, and she has a friend who lives in Jamaica, and their family, like our friend's family, lives in Jamaica. And we were chatting away or whatever, and she turns out she's the nanny. She works as the nanny for the owner of Bulk Barn.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So she gets like great holidays like in the summer and stuff, because they go away on holidays, and sometimes they bring her, but then with the days she don't, they could be going away for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, like.
Oh, that's so cool. People like that, like, work with nannies like that and get like a good like family like that. Oh
yeah. And we were that engrossed in conversation that she nearly missed our flight.
Oh my god.
You were like, final boarding for da-da-da, and she was like, is that my flight? She's like, oh my god, that's my flight.
Do you know that happened me the last time I went home last year? I didn't miss my flight, even though there was nobody in the airport. It was, I think that's what the thing was. Like,
that one flight with one passenger, can you please come to the gate?
So this was like, I was sitting there and I was so early, because you know the way you have to go like a couple of hours before. I was like literally through the airport in like 20 minutes sitting at my gate. So I was sitting at the gate, well, what I thought was me gate, because it literally had the number there. So I was sitting again at one of them tables with the thing, and I ordered food and a drink. I was sitting there, and my mom didn't, oh my god, my throat. Real weird. So my mom didn't know I was going home. I was surprised her for her birthday, so I took a picture of it and like put it up, but tagged me auntie Michelle in it to make it look like we were out for food. So I'm like, right, if my mom tries to ring me, because it was her birthday that day, I was flying home, but it was like night time, so I wasn't getting there till the next day in Ireland. But she was like, oh, I'll ring you later. So I was like, right, she's gonna ring me. But she texted me, oh, I'll ring you now, I'm just home. And I was literally sitting on the flight. So I was like, oh, I'm just out having food with Michelle. And I was like, right, she's gonna go on to Instagram, she's gonna see me, sorry, be grand, be fine. But anyways, so I was sitting there having food, and I was like, right, I need to go to the toilet. I have another like 20 minutes before the gate even opens, or 10 minutes, whatever. And so I went to the toilet, came out of the toilet, and I was just strolling. I was like, right, I was just sat back down, sitting there, and then next time I heard, final boarding for such and such flight, and I was like, alright. And I was looking around, I was like, why is
have you had your
open?
Food and drink at this
I'd
point?
had the food, had the drink,
okay.
like this was about an hour later after having that. Like, I sat there for ages, and I was sitting there and I was like, why is there not, like, there's a few people here, but like it doesn't look like there's any staff like opening the door, like literally where the gate is. And I was like, oh, can Amy Furlong please come to the gate, this is final boarding. And I was like, what the fuck?
Sorry for anyone wearing earphones.
Sorry, I was literally like, what? I was like, I'm at the gate, nobody else is here. And then I looked down, and the gate was literally on the opposite side of the bar. So I was sitting at gate 22, because I could have sworn I said gate 22, but there was obviously, I don't know what way it was, they were at the other door. So I ran down, I was like, oh my god, sorry, I'm literally just been sitting there at the other gate. They're like, it's fine. I was the last person getting on the flight. The gate had opened and closed, and they were calling my name in like 5 minutes. They had boarded the flight and were waiting just on me, and 5 minutes of the time of it open, if even 5 minutes. That's how good it is.
Was the flight packed?
No, there was a good fit. I'd say there was about 20, 30 people on it. No, like in a flight that holds
COVID, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, in a flight that holds like what, maybe 200 people or something. Like the planes,
probably more.
The planes on like when you're doing a long flight like this, if you've never traveled, like it's a huge. It's like what, 3 seats, 4 seats, 3 seats, or is it 2, 4, 2?
2, 4, 2.
It's 2, 4, 2, and then you have like so many rows, like it's all. And I was just like, oh my god. But yeah.
My god.
I made it.
Would you ever go home and surprise them again? Or is it like
no,
one
I
and
told
done?
me what was one and done.
I'd love to go home surprised. I love surprising people.
Yeah.
I hate being surprised, but I like surprising people.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, right, you can't come here.
Do you know, we actually should do. I'm thinking, have you got any footage of you surprising people?
Yeah, have on.
We should like put it in all a video and put it up on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Maybe we could do it for a video. That'd be a good video. Like if we both flew home or something.
Because my dad's one kills me.
Yeah.
Because my aunt, like air flight, when me and Aaron decided to surprise, we always said, like, even when we moved here in the January, And even before that, we were saying, right, if we're surprising anyone, we're going home for Rachel's birthday, we're going to surprise Rachel for our birthday in September. So we had it booked and all, but I told me ma I had a work event on, and which was true, but I wasn't going to the work event because I was coming home. So my ma was like, oh my god, like please be careful and all, like, because I was telling her it's mad far out. It was like up in Newmarket or something. It was miles out, so I would have had to make me way back if I went, but I wasn't obviously going. And she was like, oh my god, like, right, okay, like let me know you get there and all. So I had to pretend I was showing her outfits, like this is what I'm going to wear. And I remember going into work. I went into work extra early that morning because I wanted to get in, do me bit and try get out. So I think I went into work for 6:30 in the morning. Like, you know how far I used to work out. So I went in or whatever, and I remember putting the speakers on, because obviously you could do everything from your phone, all the speakers around the office, and you could select which ones that you play from. And I was sitting at the front desk and I was spinning around in the chair blaring Tina Turner, and I was taking videos of myself and sending them to my sister because they knew I was in work. So I like shown around me work, like I'm in work, like. And I think I got out of work about 10:30, got back to the house about 11:30, and literally grabbed the bags and was like just changed over and was straight out.
You should have brought your bags with you and left straight from there. Probably would have been easier.
Well, I would have had to come back down south to go back out west.
Oh yeah, how many stops is it past here? Because you could have come here and went across, or there could have been.
Sure, it's only 2-3 stops between here and Dundas, like, because it's like College, Wesley, and Bloor.
Yeah, but still going home and then.
Because it would save me, because I brought a big bag and a small bag.
Oh, okay.
So then I would have had to drag all, and then I had to walk in North York that I have.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So
that's true.
I remember my auntie said she'll pick us up. And we waited around in hordes, and I was itching. I was like, I just want to go around now. Like, so Kira knew, my oldest sister knew, because I needed someone to know to try get Rachel up to the house. And she was like, oh, it's Rachel's birthday, like, and Rachel was saying all week, like, I'm not going out for my birthday. And in my head, I'm like, you're fucking going out for your birthday, because I'm coming home. I was like, just go out with Kira, you'll be grand, you'll have a good night, like, and just get an outfit and get your makeup and all done, you'll be grand. She was like, and I was like, book into Inglot or Mac or whatever, and she was like, right, I'll book into Inglot. And I think Kira's booking into Inglot, so I was like, right, grand. So I was like, right, grand. And Kira was like, then I'm gonna tell them I'm making our like birthday breakfast to come up to the house. And I was like, right, grand. So anyway, we were around in my auntie's for ages, and I was like, I can't wait any longer. So my sister Kira knew, and I said, have the camera ready, because I'm assuming me ma's gonna be. She said, I think she told me, because I was texting. She's like, I'm waking ma forced me, and like, can you help me? Because Kira can't cook like for life. Or she's gonna be like, oh, can you help me make the breakfast or whatever? Rachel's coming up. So I went in, and it's all in the videos as well, which we'll make a video and we'll pop them up, like. But I went in.
You can even stick it at the end of days or something. If we want to, like, add them onto the video. So check out the YouTube channel at Twgc.
We'll do one or the other. We'll see how long they are, because I have a few of them.
Oh, okay.
So I went in, and my ma was like, you have to walk through the hall, through the sitting room, into the kitchen, like, because they're all separate rooms. Like, I went in, and I was like, I looked, and Kira's standing out the back garden on the phone. I'm like, so you haven't even got the camera ready? And I'm like, for fuck's sake. So thank God my auntie was behind me, and she was recording, because I got her to record. But my ma was like in and like down. She was pulling something out between the table and the unexpected. And I just goes, have you not got the breakfast on? And she was half asleep, and she turned around and she was like, what are you doing here? And then the streams, like, and I was hugging her, but it was like the longest hug. And I was like, like, it gets you even so emotional, like, thinking about it. And it's like, and then she was sobbing, and she was like, what are you doing here now, darling? She couldn't even get words out, like, but my dad was still up in bed.
But when you're going home next time, you should surprise him, because it's obviously been so long.
Yeah. Yeah. But my dad's one was like one of the best. And so Rachel hadn't come up yet. I think they were waiting on Rachel to come up or something. And I got Kira to keep saying, Rachel, because I didn't want them to think it was my voice he was hearing. Yeah. Because we kind of all sound, my dad always says we sound very alike all on the phone, the three of us, like three girls, like. And we were sitting just on the, like, we have a corner sofa up the front of me. Kira's standing there recording, and he's like, he comes in with his cup of tea. He must have brought a cup of tea up the night before, and he had the mug in his hands, and he was like, oh, is he alright? He's still half asleep. And I said, you've not got this breakfast on yet? And he turned around and he was like, and then everyone laughs at the part where he goes, how are you?
That's such an Irish
and he's giving me a hug, but he goes real high pitched, and it's like, how are you? And he's like, what are you doing here? And he just keeps doing this to me.
Like,
Are you actually here? And I'm like, I'm here. And he was delighted. Like, I think he was in shock.
Yeah.
Definitely shocked. Then Rachel came in, but me dad, obviously everyone knew then, and me dad like had to like push Rachel into the kitchen because she wasn't she was doing something, and me dad like pushed her into the kitchen, and I was like, happy birthday, bitch. And she was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And I was like, I'm here to surprise you for your birthday. And she was like, sobbing, crying. And she was like, I'm trying not to. She was doing this the whole time because she had tan on. She was like, I don't want tan to run. But she was going out that night. But
that's gas.
yeah, no, surprising people is like the cutest thing. It's a lot of work though, because you want to
your adrenaline is pumping. I took like 2 Xanax on my home, so I couldn't sleep.
Oh really?
I was just like, I can't breathe. But yeah, because me ma thought I was coming home, because I was like texting with me ma's partner, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm coming home this date, blah blah. And he's like, oh, I'll collect you, but my cousin ended up collecting me, so we're like arranging things like that. And I think me ma had seen a message or something, but we were originally planning, if like restrictions were lifted, they were going to like Lanzarote, and I was gonna meet them in Lanzarote. Right. So I think he just told her something like that. He was like, no, we were all gonna go to Lanzarote, but now we can't go. Like the green list was taken off in Ireland that time. So then when I like rang her on our birthday, when I woke up that day, she was like, oh, you're really not coming home. And I was like, no, I told you not to get your hopes up. I was like, sure, I'm in the office today, because I usually go in on a Wednesday, but I previously had went in on the Tuesday, knowing I had a flight Wednesday night. Oh my god, this just keeps moving. But she was like, oh, you're really not coming home. I was like, no, sorry. Like, she would have known I'd already be on the flight. So when I was finished working in the office, I rang her again. Right. Because I think the flight usually is like 4 o'clock or something actually over here. Yeah. The Aer Lingus flight is like the Aer Lingus flight, is around 5 or 6 o'clock. No. In the night. I think there is a daytime one as well. But there's one that usually I've gotten a few times. And
you're right.
It's 1 o'clock in Ireland when you're coming back here.
Because you arrive in Dublin at about 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, 5 in the morning. So I rang her when I was finishing work, and I was like, oh, you still not? And I was like, I'm just back from the office. She's like, oh, I thought you'd been to the airport. And I was like, no. I was like, stop thinking I'm coming home. Like, I'm not. Because
it breaks your heart, because it's hard. Yeah, like, it really is.
No, like I told you, like I can't and all. Like with work, I need, like, how could I come home? I have to go into the office and quarantine, all blah blah. And she was just like, right, okay. She's like, yeah, we're going for dinner. So she was getting ready. And she's like, right, I'll ring you later. And I was like, right, I'll talk to you later. I'm not doing that. And then I had a much later flight. My flight wasn't until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, because I got Air Canada, because Aer Lingus were just cancelling all their flights. They were letting you book and would then just cancel them.
Annoying.
So that's why then I didn't have to go. So then I went out in the airport, everything, and then I literally sat on the flight. She's like, oh, we're just on the way home, I'll ring you in a minute. And I was like, oh, I'm just out having dinner with Michelle. Or I'm just up with Michelle's or something. We actually went out for dinner.
Good thinking though that you posted the food. Like, you nearly have to be fucking CIA.
That's what you have to be with my man, because I tagged Michelle and I texted her. I just put an Instagram up just for like cover. Because I'd say she probably seen it. Amy tagged you in a story and went on to it, and I was like, what?
You'd be afraid that she'd post like, oh, have a good time in your hollybops, like.
But yeah, no, oh, so good. Like, no, the only people that knew I was going home was like people here. Like, you knew I was going home. Yeah. Michelle knew, obviously.
We weren't even that close then.
No, actually, yeah.
I think you actually told me you were going home when we
were
up at Hair with the dog.
Yeah, but literally
we were there for about 7 hours.
Oh, I know. My cousin that was collecting me, and then my ma's father were the only people that knew I was going home. And my cousin, like my uncle, came with my cousin to pick me up from the airport, but she only told him that night. I think she said something like, oh, go to bed early, because we need to go to the airport, collect Amy. And he was like, what? Wait, what? We're doing what in the morning? She goes, yeah, Amy lands at like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, so we need to collect her. So go sleep now if you want to have a nap. And he was just like, Caitlin, what the fuck? He's like, okay. And then he got to the airport and he recorded her like coming out. She like ran out to me. Oh, it's cute.
It makes you want to cry though, doesn't it?
Now why did we talk about this?
I know.
Now I'm like, oh, I want to hug off everyone.
I know.
But yeah,
it's so funny though, because when you're home after like 2-3 days, you're like, right, I'm ready to go back now.
Yeah, like obviously the novelty was weird.
The novelty weird, because the only thing to do in Dublin is basically drink.
Yeah, it's like everyone's like, oh, let's go for food and drinks, and you're like, you come home.
They're like, food and drinks again. I'm after having breakfast with someone, lunch with someone, fucking dinner with someone.
You come home, the credit card bill's out the window, you're bleeding, no clothes for you, 10 tons every year. Yeah, 10 tons.
Bleeding 10 tons, Tessie coming home. Like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, I love a visit home now.
I know, now that we're talking about it, yeah.
Hopefully soon.
I
Fingers
think
crossed.
every little stint always ends up being the longest stint, so I think now it's the longest I've gone without being home. I think.
Yeah, it would be August.
Yeah, so what's September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, 9 months. Could have had a baby.
Mine's what?
I think it was around.
Mine's September 29, October, November, December. Jesus, mine's fucking.
Yeah.
I can't even.
I actually don't think this is the. Oh no, it is. Sorry, it is. Because the longest then I went home. The first Christmas I was here, I went home, and then I didn't go home till the August last year. So then that was like 8.5-ish months before,
Yeah.
and now it's hitting the 10 mark next month. 10-month mark. Wow.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Sure, I haven't spent.
Has Aaron ever been home?
Not in his own.
I was just wondering because you said you were on your own and then you were only home twice, so I didn't know whether you both went home or again you just went home.
No, so the first time I went home on my own, and the second time we both went home together.
Oh, okay.
And we surprised like his family and my family.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely go home for Christmas because there was no. I think because obviously with everything going on last year, there was no novelty of it, and then I just really like, oh, I just want to be at home, everyone. Like, it's so different. I thought it wouldn't bother me, but it kind of did.
Yeah.
But like I got over once I got over Christmas Eve and like a bit of Christmas Eve, 'cause I was talking to everyone. Then I was just like, right, yeah, it's grand. Like everything's back to normal. It was just like the Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So it was so different. But this year now, hopefully I'll try to go home. But then I'm like, I'm not going home all the time. I'm like, people need to come here because I'm like, I want to have an actual holiday.
You never know. Your man, Connor might come over to you.
Yeah. No, my man does want to come over
because that's like at least then because PR is so expensive as well. And then trying to think of getting home, so you never know, they might come over.
Yeah,
for Christmas.
It's a lot cheaper for them to come over here as well, like flight wise, like
and exchange and in money exchange wise as well. You get more for your money over here, like.
Yeah, like it's so expensive going home. It's actually crazy.
I know. I wish my man would come over.
Yeah. When they can. The borders are still closed, so yeah. I wonder when they're opening them though.
My sister was supposed to come over last September.
Yeah. My cousin was coming over literally and was like about to book the flight for coming in like May or June. We're trying to figure out like the perfect time for like summer starting and things to do.
Not too
stuff.
busy, like yeah.
So like they were literally looking at that because it was getting like March, and then COVID happened and we were like lucky they didn't book it because nowhere was like issuing refunds at the start and stuff. Boy, yeah. Crazy time.
So that's it. Our opinions and all that. Opinions. And stories and all that.
Ogres are like onions. We have layers. I don't know why that comes to my head.
Boulder. That's a nice boulder.
Let the come down buns.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
So lives on Cherry Street. The Muffin Man. She's dating the Muffin Man.
That's not it.
It is. Or she's married to the Muffin Man.
Yeah, but you skipped the whole thing.
Who cares? Right, we'll wrap this one.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up, boy.
Right, so yeah, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, put the belly thing on.
YouTube. If you're listening to audio, follow us on the platform: Spotify, Apple, Google, Podcaster, whatever the rest of them. Follow our Instagram.
Don't even know half of them.
Attribution Club.
Yep.
And yeah, see you next week.
Bye.